Rudy has been Rudy has over 20 years of experience in financial services and has a diverse background in investment funds, banking, and insurance. His extensive experience and commitment to education makes him a respected figure in the financial services industry. And you will see that his presentation ties nicely into our last topic, and his topic is Lessons from Singapore's Meteoric Rise. So without further ado, please welcome Rudy to the stage.
Good afternoon, everyone. Having called Cayman Islands home for the last 9 years, I feel inspired to contribute to its growth. Challenges are catalysts for innovation, and I see this as a land of opportunities. Enormous opportunities to rise, to innovate, and to create our own golden age. I invite you to be open and consider this as a vision, not to empower Cayman just into 2035, but a longer-term vision to Cayman 2050 and beyond. I'd like to delve into another island nation with many similarities to Cayman. What fascinates me about this island is that it's just had spectacular growth, but it's used it holistically and a very conscious approach to growth. Rarely in history of humanity has a nation traveled the path from poverty to riches so quickly and sustainably. I'm talking about Singapore. Singapore's GDP per capita since its independence in 1965 has grown exponentially, about 125 times, to become an enormously successful nation. Remember, this happened in just 50 years, in one lifetime. In a lot of times, it takes multiple centuries to reach this growth. It often boasts of staggering economic statistics, such as one of the lowest inflation in the world. The small state city even has one of the largest exports sectors. It even has the 10th largest foreign reserves in the world. So let me take you back to 1965, when this small island nation stood at its independence and its crossroads. The challenges it's had were staggering: widespread poverty, drug infestation, racial tensions, and very, very little hope for self-sufficiency. Fast forward today, Singapore is one of the wealthiest and most innovative countries in the world. Its transformation has been so profound that it has been studied by nations, economists, and leaders across the globe. Now, this has been possible with relentless and concerted approach by everyone involved and led by a great vision and a great visionary, and which has transformed the country to rank as one of the best in the Human Capital Index. Now, Singapore's success was not accidental. It was built on 5 key pillars: pragmatic leadership, that is using a business-centric approach, effective public bureaucracy, improving the ease of doing business and eliminating corruption, economic diversification, that's not having all its eggs in one basket, strategic investments in education and infrastructure, which focus on long-term thinking, and finally, environmental stewardship and commitment to social stability. The entire economy embraced, the environment, social governance, the ESG concepts that we talk about in the truest sense. Now, don't get me wrong, right? Cayman is not far behind in some of these economic statistics, right? When you do comparison. Like Singapore, we are a small nation facing similar constraints when it comes to land available for agriculture, for manufacturing. But just like Singapore, we are rich in something far more valuable: our people, our culture, and our resilience. The answer lies in strategic, forward-thinking approaches that have propelled a nation like Singapore, We are not here to copy that, but we are here to adapt and excel. I've used some of these learnings to act as a guide and list a few measures as we look to build Cayman that's more prosperous, more sustainable, and more inclusive. Now, to begin with, every country needs to plan for tomorrow. And for us, one suggestion is to build a Cayman Development Fund, which is a sovereign wealth fund that can turn today's surplus into tomorrow's security. A sovereign wealth fund is a large pool of capital usually a country or a government uses to achieve specific economic or social goals. Singapore has not one, but two sovereign wealth funds, which are some of the largest, top 10 in the world, with combined assets of over $1 trillion, and that they also can attribute a lot of their success to the sovereign wealth funds. Now, imagine a fund that safeguards our wealth while generating income to invest in critical areas like education, infrastructure, technology, all of what we spoke about, what some of the speakers spoke about earlier today. And when done right, the fund can ensure our economic stability, diversify our resources, and make Cayman stronger year after year. Now, Cayman is home to some of the largest and biggest funds in the world, which we can use to leverage the expertise from. Next, now, let me talk about another opportunity. Right now, Caymanians feel that they feel left out in the economic development. Right? We talk about a lot of growth. Other than starting their own business or investing in real estate, there are almost no investment opportunities for Caymanians to invest in Cayman. Now, Caymanians don't really necessarily partake in the development of the islands, leading to income inequality, and also that impacts the savings of the nation. So how can we look to address that? We can encourage and incentivize local companies to list on the Cayman Stock Exchange. Now, this will create a circular economy where Cayman companies can raise funds and invest it back here in Cayman, and that money stays in the shores, creating jobs, fostering innovation, and empowering local businesses to dream big. To support this, we can also set up a Cayman-focused investment fund, which can be offered for Caymanians to invest in, and that can exclusively invest in Cayman businesses that are listed and enabling steady capital for that. See, there are no doubts on how stock exchanges can be great catalysts to the economy and to savers, which brings me to my next suggestion, which is investing in our next generation. Now, I know I'm not going to go into detail because of the paucity of time, but I'm just going to highlight some key suggestions here. Is as a financial sector, we need to educate and include the importance of financial management and financial literacy in everyday school. We also should look at introducing Olympiads to encourage leadership in education. Teaching essential skills of accountability and personal responsibility at an early age are very essential. Lastly, a curriculum to teach the physiology of stress and performance, impact of lifestyle choices on mental health, and practical application of spirituality can look to boost our youth's confidence and resilience. What if we can go further? Use this Cayman Development Fund to create state-of-the-art facilities, launch talent development scouting programs in our schools, and look to host the island games. Now, picture Cayman where education doesn't prepare students just for jobs, but it prepares them to change the world. Next, food security is a challenge that we can no longer ignore. Right now, majority, if not all of our food is imported. That leaves us vulnerable to the global markets. As all our food is imported, we don't even know how they're grown, what chemicals have been used, and what impact it has on our bodies. But what if we can demarcate farmland just to be used for farming, use the Cayman Development Fund to invest in high-tech agriculture, and set ambitious goals for supporting local food production. With research and innovation, we can grow more of our own food, reduce the use of chemicals or genetically modified food products, and improve the health of our people. We can also look to invest in overseas farming or land outside Cayman to secure diversity of our food sources to ensure Cayman never goes without food. Now let's turn our hearts to the heart of our island, our oceans. And our coastlines, our coral reef, our mangroves, they're not just beautiful, they're essential to who we are. We are also blessed by a very rare phenomenon of bioluminescence. For those who have been there, who haven't been there, please do go and see that. But all of this is under threat. The glaring lights from new developments have significantly reduced the visibility of bioluminescence, in addition to the eroding beaches that affected the total nesting. Now, how can we address some of these? Introduce blue bonds or leverage the Cayman Development Fund again for garnering resources to that. Now, we must certainly act right now to protect our marine areas, restore coral, and promote sustainable development. Protecting marine biodiversity is not just about conservation. It's about preserving our identity, our livelihood, our tourism, and our future. Now, lastly, let's reimagine our tourism sector. Now, Singapore continuously assesses the opportunity to enhance its tourism offering, aligning with broader economic plans, sustainability goals. This proactive approach ensures Singapore remains an attractive destination for visitors worldwide and also a repeat customers. Our tourism is not just about beaches, it's about experiences. By investing in unique architecture, accommodation, biophilic design, and cultural events that build story and participation. To curate unique experiences, we need to understand who our customers are, their spending habits, their likes and dislikes. So we need to get data and understand how we can curate experiences for them. So collecting data is very, very important. Imagine Cayman as a hub for cutting-edge longevity treatments, luxury wellness treatments, unique cultural experiences that showcase our rich heritage. Now, these pillars by no means represent the only pillars. It just means that I have very limited time to present. I'm certainly brimming with lots and lots of ideas. I'm happy to share some of these as we can talk through. I would like to thank the Chamber of Commerce for providing a platform for highlighting these. Now, Cayman Islands can be poised for continued greatness. Let's together build a future that honors our past, celebrates our present, and inspires generations to come. God bless Cayman and its people. Thank you very much.